Hello guys, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. Thank you very much for always coming out here. May God bless you all, my people. These governments, they are really out for something. But I don't think this in which they want to do will benefit anyone. The three justices that sat on the Court of Appeal panel that squashed the 15-count terrorism charge, the federal government prevailed against the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, have been transferred from their various divisions. Investigation by Vanguard revealed that the three appellate court justices were transferred 4 days after they delivered the judgment that discharged the embattled IPOB leader. Whereas the presiding justice, Jomar Hanatu Saike, who was in the Gombe division of the court, has been moved to Okra division. Justice Okoji, who delivered the lead judgment, was transferred to Owerri, while the third member of the panel, Justice Toby, was moved to Gombe. A memo dated October 17, which was signed by the President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica, stressed that the new posting for the justice was with immediate effect, as they were expected to report to their new stations by October 21st. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court will, on Monday, hear the appeal the federal government filed to set aside the judgment that freed Nnamdi Kanu. The federal government, in the notice of their appeal, which is hinged on 7 grounds, warned the appeals court to stay the execution of the judgment the appellate court delivered on October 13th. It is, among other things, contending that the appellate court panel held in law and occasioned a miscarriage of justice when it relied on the manner Kanu was renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria after he jumped bail. The trial court granted to him in 2017 to quench the entire charge against him. It maintained that the appellate court acted in error by striking out the charge against the IPOB leader on the premise that the trial judge no longer had the jurisdiction to handle the matter. Therefore, the federal government, through the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, is praying the appeals court to the interim suspend the execution of the Court of Appeal verdict pending the hearing and the determination of the appeal. It will be recalled that the appellate court had, in unanimous judgment by the 3-man panel of justice, accused the federal government of fraudulently violating all known laws in the way it forcefully renditioned Kanu from Kenya to the country for the continuation of his trial. It held that such extraordinary rendition without hindrance to due processes of the law was a gross violation of all international conventions, treaties, protocols, and guidelines that Nigeria is a signatory to, as well as a breach of the appellant's fundamental human rights. More so, the appellate court noted that the federal government failed to refute the allegation that the IPOB leader was in Kenya and that he was adopted and brought back to the country without any extradition proceeding. It held that the federal government was ominously silent on the issue, which it described as very pivotal in determining whether the trial court would still have the jurisdiction to continue with the criminal proceeding before it. The appellate court held that the federal government's action tainted the entire proceeding it initiated against Kanu and amounted to an abuse of criminal prosecution in general. The court will never shy away from calling the executive to order why it takes towards the executive recklessness The appellate court held, even as it accused the federal government of engaging in serious abuse of power. Vanguard reports. They won't want anybody to challenge them. They hate when you tell them the truth. AGF Malami is fighting a personal fight. Buhari should explain better why all these things is happening. You understand? They are now playing games. They have transferred these people. They are angry with them because they told them the truth. Let's see what is going to happen tomorrow. We will know. If by tomorrow those people pass their judgment too, they are going to transfer them too. Let's see how they are going to do it. This is really very wrong. You will say we are one Nigeria. Are we actually practicing it? Is it because Nnamdi Kanu is from the southeast? Do we actually want peace? If, as a leader, you don't care about your citizens, their welfare is not your problem. So what makes you a leader? That means you cannot be a leader. You cannot lead, because a leader is supposed to be a liberal person. If you can sit down and agitate with terrorists, you can sit down, and agitate with the Boko Haram, all of them now. This one are people when we say they don't drive on our people come out from their homes and all that. But you cannot sit down and discuss with agitators who are products of your injustice. This is really very wrong. Anyhow they want to go about this case, they should just continue. The world is watching. The world is watching the game the federal government is playing. Honestly, this is really very unfortunate. Nigeria, some Nigerians will say Nigeria is a scam. I don't understand. I'm dropping it here. Can you?